For centuries, Armenians lived in the highlands of Western Armenia, a land rich in history and culture. By the late 19th century, the Ottoman Empire had gradually gained control over these ancestral lands. Tensions rose as the empire faced decline, and the Armenian population faced increasing discrimination and heavy taxes. In 1915, during the chaos of World War I, the Ottoman government launched a systematic campaign. They targeted Armenians, Assyrians, and Greeks, viewing these minorities as threats to their nationalist vision. On April 24, 1915, hundreds of Armenian intellectuals were arrested in Constantinople, marking the official beginning of the genocide. The government ordered the mass deportation of the Armenian population from their homes into the desert. Families were forcibly separated, with men often executed immediately while women and children were taken away. Many were forced into death marches across the Syrian desert, enduring starvation, disease, and brutal violence. Countless people perished from exhaustion or were killed by guards during these agonizing, endless journeys. Those who survived were often sold into slavery or forced to abandon their heritage and faith. The systematic destruction aimed to erase the presence of these ancient peoples from the region forever. Assyrian and Greek communities suffered parallel fates, facing massacres and displacement during the same dark period. Historians estimate that over 1.5 million Armenians were killed during this horrific genocide. The tragedy finally began to subside as the war concluded, leaving a shattered landscape behind. The survivors scattered across the globe, carrying the heavy burden of their lost homes and families. Despite the immense trauma, the Armenian spirit endured, preserving their language, religion, and unique traditions. Armenians worldwide remember the Armenian Genocide annually on April 24th, known as Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day. This date marks the beginning of the genocide in 1915. Every year on April 24th, Armenians worldwide hold solemn commemorations to honor the victims of 1915 Armenian Genocide. They march in silence, light candles, and lay flowers to ensure that the past is never forgotten. In Yerevan, the capital of Armenia, stands the Syrian monument, a powerful symbol of national grief. The monument features a tall, sharp spire representing the rebirth of the Armenian people after catastrophe. 12 stone slabs are arranged in a circle, leaning inward to protect an eternal, flickering flame. Visitors walk down the path to the center, where they place flowers in silence at the flame. It is a place of deep reflection, where the pain of the past meets the hope of tomorrow. The site serves as a reminder that the memory of the ancestors remains alive and strong. Education remains the primary tool for preventing such atrocities from ever happening to any group again. By sharing these stories, the survivors and their descendants ensure that the truth is clearly told. The resilience of the Armenian people stands as a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Though the loss was immeasurable, the commitment to justice and remembrance continues to grow every year. The world stands with them in solidarity, recognizing the importance of acknowledging historical truths for peace. We honor the lives lost by striving for a future built on empathy, understanding, and mutual respect. The legacy of the Armenian people is not just one of tragedy, but one of profound survival. They have built new communities across the globe, contributing to the cultures of their new homes. Yet, their hearts remain connected to the highlands of their ancestors and the history they carry. May the eternal flame at Syrian continue to burn as a beacon of truth and lasting memory. The stories of the survivors are passed down to children, ensuring the history is never lost. Each generation takes up the mantle of remembrance, keeping the names of the victims alive today. The struggle for international recognition of the genocide remains a vital part of the Armenian mission. It is a pursuit of justice that transcends borders, uniting people in the name of human dignity. The landscape of Western Armenia still holds the echoes of those who lived there long ago. Their churches and homes may be in ruins, but their cultural impact remains deeply embedded there. The Assyrian and Greek victims are also remembered, as their stories are woven into the same fabric. Together, these communities advocate for a world where diversity is celebrated rather than feared or destroyed. The lessons of 1915 serve as a warning against the dangers of unchecked hatred and intolerance. By studying this history, we learn to recognize the early signs of prejudice and systemic violence. The monument in Yerevan is not just a grave, but a bridge between the past and future. It invites the world to look back with honesty and look forward with a commitment to kindness. The Armenian people have transformed their sorrow into a powerful force for global human rights advocacy. They teach us that even in the face of total destruction, the truth can eventually find light. The annual commemorations are a time for unity, bringing together people of all backgrounds and faiths. They remind us that the pain of one group is a concern for the entire human family. It represents the undying hope that justice will eventually prevail for all who have suffered. We carry the memory of the victims in our hearts, promising to never let their voices fade. The history of the Armenian Genocide is a chapter that must be read and understood by all. Only through remembrance can we build a world where such horrors are truly a thing of history. The strength of the survivors inspires us to stand up for justice whenever and wherever it is needed. Let us walk forward with the wisdom of the past, guided by the light of truth and peace. The memory of 1915 remains a sacred duty, ensuring that the light of humanity never goes out.